Scorpios, happy new moon, Scorpio. We're in a new moon phase, Scorpio. This reading is for the 9th of February through the 9th of March, Scorpios. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet, but happy new moon, happy new you. That's right. If you're watching this video on the 8th, we are closing out this cycle. So just keep in mind, if you didn't feel nurtured, protected, secure, if your soul didn't feel fed, if people weren't adding to your joy or adding to your sensuality, sexuality, adaptability, if they weren't adding to your healthy range of emotions, it's time for you to take that turn off the water faucet and say, I need to move on. Or if it's tricky and you feel like, okay, I got to really sit down and think about this. Let me weigh the pros and cons of this. Then you may have to say, okay, maybe I need to kind of sort of carefully vet my thoughts and decide how I'm going to proceed forward, or if I'm going to proceed moving forward. Doesn't really matter. It's your universe, right? It's your mind, your universe, or your mind. Let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say. All right. Somebody is moving towards a very loving relationship, a very harmonious relationship. So, yes, let's do it. I'm talking to you. This is the 10 of Cups. Here we have the Page of Swords. We also have the 10 of Swords. We also have the 5 of Cups. We also have the Ace of Swords. And then we also have the High Priestess energy, right? So your intuition moving forward is just kind of letting you know where you are in your journey, right? So we have the pages, so your anxiety about some situations, kind of getting off the fence and stepping into your own light. This is where your breakthrough is going to come in. Like, stop talking low vibration about something, possibly about, maybe you feeling like somebody may manipulated somebody else's decision, or whatever the case may be, and somehow could have spilled over into your cup and disrupted your life, right? Source is saying to you, when you raise your frequency, it could have been an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Source is saying moving forward, you're going from 5 of Cups to 10 of Cups. Somebody is saying, I'm leaving this behind. I need to put a manhole cover over the past, and I need to focus on the piece that I want to attract. Remember, water is feminine energy, so you want to attract something. I want to attract energies that add joy to my life, add healthy water, right? Clear, fresh water to my life. But you're going to have to take some kind of action to put a manhole cover over the past, right? And recognize some things are just lessons, right? And so what was the lesson you learned about yourself moving forward, right? What was the lesson you learned about yourself, like I said, moving forward? Here we also have the Hangman. Here we also have the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Swords. Here we also have the Emperor card, the Strength card, and also the Temperance card, right? So in your major arcana, we have the Hangman, we have the Emperor card, the Strength card, and also the Temperance card. Somebody has to recognize when certain people say and do things, it triggers some kind of low vibrating in you. Your water is reflective. And so source is saying to get away from energies that cause you to be reactive, whether it's reactive in a good way or reactive in a negative way, and learn how to get your rest. Here we have the 10 of Swords and also the 5 of Swords. 10 of Swords came out twice. Looks like it's a lot of hurt in these cards, right? A lot of hurt in these cards. Somebody has to recognize when people have gone through being in survival mode and being in thrive mode versus people who are still stuck on chapter 5 of their lives, right? They still talking about the same thing. They keep replaying it over and over and over again. And it's not you being insensitive to what chapter people's lives are on, but it's like at some point, if they are not willing to move beyond talking about the same thing, like they're just stuck, like they feel like there's a blockage there. They keep talking about the same hurt and pain. They don't want to go through therapy. They don't want to go through any suggestions that you may give them. You're going to have to make the executive decision and say, okay, I need to leave that behind because it's spilling over into my peace. It's spilling over. Is that insensitive? I don't know. You have to be the judge, jury, and executioner of your own universe. They may think it's insensitive, but source is saying you got to move on from something that somebody keeps reliving something where it's actually causing a drought in your creativity. It's causing basically like causing your head to hang low. Just say it. You got to recognize, hey, and it could have been an Aries in your life. It could have been a Leo in your life. Could have been all of this is fire energy. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Something caused somebody to be fired up. And Source is saying, hang in there, right? Hang in there with yourself. But you also have a guardian angel that's helping you to see things from a higher frequency. Some people will keep dragging you into this stuff and they're fixated on the pain that they're going through, but they're not interested in moving forward. And so it looks like you're the most emotionally intelligent person connected to something. And Source is saying when you're connected to people who are, let's look at this. They are committed to being like this when you are like this, right? These are the same cards. This is about perspective. You're saying that number 10 is the number for instant manifestation. They're still on this frequency right here. You're in thrive mode. They still in survival mode. You're in thrive mode. They still looking at people's social media. They're still talking about certain people that hurt them. But guess what? Before it was 10 swords, guess what? It was 9. Then it was 8 swords. Then it was 7 swords that hit them. Then it was 6 swords that hit them. Then it was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the very first sword that hit them, that's where, at that point right there, they should have taken that same sword and cut the energy off that hurt them. But it's still, here you are in thrive mode and they still in survive mode. So Source is trying to teach you to say, hey, I need to get some rest from the energies who, their perspective, they're on the dark side of 10 and I'm on the light side of 10. Because guess what? The truth of the matter is, Scorpio, is that you've been where they have been. That's why Source sent them across your path. You've been that level of hurt. You've been on that frequency before. Maybe not the exact same situation, but you've already been on that frequency. And you had to learn that, guess what? The only person that's coming to save you is you. Everybody can talk, speak, hey, can remind you of all of your accomplishments. Everybody can come across and tell you, hey, you're stronger than this. Like they can tell you, but the only person, when you decide, hey, I'm getting up out of this space right here, the only person that can do that is you. Right? And so you're showing them by saying, I need to move on with my life, that guess what? If I can get up after all the stuff I've gone through, all the hell and the sword energy I've gone through, and some of it can be, let me talk in 3D for a second. Some of it can be going into an insensitive job after you've lost loved ones and your manager like, okay, people die all the time. Okay, but we still got to get this work done. That sounds real harsh, right? Not to mean that doesn't mean that manager hasn't gone through that. But the truth is that the company still needs the work done, right? It would be nice if you had a sensitive manager and says, hey, you know what, take a couple of days. We got 3 days for bereavement. If you got any leave, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on that leave. And I'll go ahead and make sure other people pick up the slack. But the truth is sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Source is saying the only person that can save you is you. Right. And so that's what you may be teaching other people by just being able to move on, because all of this overthinking right here can cause your water to dry up. And guess what happens after that? Drinking. Medication. It's something you're putting into yourself that gives you a false sense of joy, a false sense of feeling better. When Source is like, it's time for you to spring forward. It's time for you to get strong and spring forward, because you got to see things from a higher frequency. Somebody is trying to create, believe it or not, somebody is trying to create a codependent relationship with you. Just so you know. Somebody's like you're dependent upon, like it's their you know what codependency means by this. Here's the Moon card, the Justice card. Here we also have the Knight of Cups. Here we have the King of Pentacles, the Empress card, and also the Nine of Swords. Yeah, somebody's trying to create some kind of codependency, and it could be around some kind of a court situation or whatever. But Source is saying you're leaving that behind, because there's some secrets that people are not telling you about, Scorpio. And Source is saying you're leaving all of that behind. Here we have the King of Pentacles. This is the wealthiest card in the deck. We also have the Empress card. It's like you're somebody is holding on. Somebody is holding on to other people's hurt and pain. Like you've been carrying other people's hurt and pain, and it's causing you a nightmare. It's causing you a nightmare. Here we have the Moon card. Source is saying leave all of that in the past. The only person that can save you is you. Here we have Knight of Cups. You don't have to sit around and lament over it anymore. Your wishes are being fulfilled, and other people are expecting for you to carry their hurt and their pain. They're cutting into your joy. They're not even mindful that it's affecting. Like, imagine you in a loving relationship, loving family relationship, and you're bringing their hurt into family discussions. Like now their conversations are the conversations around the table. Now everybody around the table got to figure out something to give you to take back to them when they want to share their good news. They want to pour good news into your life, but people keep bringing negativity. So source is saying, yeah, you're carrying some other people's you're carrying some other people's stuff on your internal scales, and it's all centered around money. Here we have the Eight of Wands. Here we have the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, and also the Four of Cups. Yeah, something is centered around money, and you're still carrying somebody else's heaviness. When source is like, I'm gonna need you to make room. This is all in your universe, right? And you don't see the games that some people are playing. You don't see the games. Somebody don't see the game because, again, the game that they are projecting onto you. They're saying that somebody hurt them, and whoever these two types of energies are, right? There's two types of energies. People who are trying to change, trying to alter your way of thinking, your belief system about something, but they're not telling you what's really going on. Here we also have the Two of Cups, right? The Queen of Wands, yep. The Eight of Wands. Source is saying get away from them as fast as humanly possible because something is centered around money. And if people really keep buying into money as just paper and coins, it's going to be a lot of people this year is going to find out the hard way that money is not just paper and coins. You see people thinking, okay, I got to sue this person. I got to take this person. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. So the source is saying, here we have the Ten of Cups, right? Here we also have the Four of Cups, right? So let's need somebody to move on. I see a soulmate energy coming across your path that's really, really going to help you to move on from something. Like really help you to move on from something and stop ruminating over it. Like learn how to save yourself, right? And just let source handle whatever source is going to handle for you. But something is centered around money and possibly something legal. From the past, somebody feels like there's some secrets going on and they're not sure of what's going on. But I feel like for somebody, it feels like a game. It's coming across as like a game energy. And it's not a game. Your life is not a game. So it's like you didn't sign up for, to be a player in some... I'm thinking about like the arcade games. Like, you didn't sign up to be in some kind of a game. This is your life. So source is saying spring forward and let source handle something in the past. Let source handle something in the past. But something wants to keep you tied to it. Right? Like I said, a codependency. Like somebody wants you to feel like your money is tied to, or because we're saying King of Pentacles, which is wealthiest card in the deck. Some energies definitely want you to feel like you tied to something. It could be a Libra, it could be a Pisces, it could be an Aries, it could be a Leo, it could be a Sagittarius, it could be But source is saying when you're cutting ties with types of energies who have a differing belief system than you do, and you know that, okay, something is up, like somebody is playing some kind of game. I'm not really sure what it is. That's taking up too much airtime for me. I'm talking about it too much. I'm bringing it into other people's life. I need to go ahead and cut ties with the energy altogether and let source work it all out. I'm moving forward. I'm letting source work some things out. Let me see what other cards. Yeah, this is the year of wealth, and it's a lot of people that, are in this whole mind playing games, whatever situation, and sources saying unravel yourself from all that, because all this extra air right here, excuse me, will start to dry up your creativity. It start to drop. I'm telling you, you start bringing it home, and you like everybody looking at you like, what in the world? So, yeah, I definitely see, here we have Three of Swords, some kind of deep disappointment and heartbreak. happening there. Something is closing out. Here we have, you're closing out a cycle. Again, closing it out in love, right? Not stop talking about it. I feel like you're going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. Once somebody learns how to move on from something and say, that's not my responsibility anymore, I need to start tossing some things into a burning bowl, like fear, doubt, uncertainty, what secrets people think they know about me, whatever their belief system is, and such. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, if somebody's top. That's why I got so much fire up here. Once you start tossing that into a burning bowl, along with the low vibrating, there's a dark and light side to all energy, right? But the dark side of fire, just think of it as like this, okay, wildfire versus a bonfire. Bonfire, you think is warm and inviting, but it can get out of control, right? And something may have gotten out of control. Keep talking about something, but somebody's not sharing what's going on. Something could have gotten wildly out of control. And so for you, Source is saying, toss it into a bonfire, because the King of Pentacles is not just about paper and coins, money. It's about protecting this right here. You're protecting your, family relationships, right? Like very healthy family relationships. Like you're not trying to bring all of that into dinner table conversation and that kind of thing. So Source is saying it's time to detach from some energies. You can detach the easy way, or like I said, however, eight of cups, right? Came out. We also had the 4 of Cups, Queen of Cups, and 7 of Wands. I definitely see somebody kind of really sitting down and just like with self and saying 4 and 7 is 11. 11 symbolizes light. It means get off the fence of these ideas and step into your own sunlight, your own purpose. The moon is illuminated by the sun. So Source is saying you being in your light will illuminate your emotions about situations where you feel it's been you believe that are overwhelming for you. Right, so to give you an opportunity to see, what do I need to part ways with? Here we also have the 4 of Cups, and then also the Queen of Cups, right? So let's add all these cups energy up. We got 10 and 10. We know what that is. We got 4, and 4 is 8. It looks like you and other energies moving forward, have a lot of gifts and talents that you all can add to each other's lives. And then here we have the 8 of Cups. It's a lot of energies that's tossing, fire, like being around bullying type of energies, people who are timid in some spaces and bullies in the other. This is like go from one end to the next. One minute it's a bonfire, the next thing that thing is out of control. They talking about something, spreading rumors, talking trash, is messy. It's just like I said, it's from one extreme to the next. Source is saying you got to look at it from a higher frequency though, so that you can spring forward and get away from that. Yeah, it sounds like it's all fun and games until that fire hits you. Source is saying until you burned out, until you stressed out, overthinking things. Here we have the 4 and 2 of Cups. Yeah, and so I definitely see soulmate in your life coming across your path, really helping you to not sit around and ruminate, on things, and focus more on what's most important for you and have compassion, for the entire situation. Like, I need to unravel myself. This draining. Some things are just draining. Just even think about it is just draining. So, all right, let's close it out. Let's close it out. Flow. So allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. That's it. So as you're moving forward, it feels like somebody from your past may be trying to resurface. They may want to reach out and call you. They're getting up the fire in their bones right now to try to, I can do this. But what they're going to be met with, Scorpio, reaching out to you, whether they're following you on social media, whether they are calling you, whether they're texting you or whatever. What I feel like, and I'm talking to you if you have Scorpio anywhere in your birth chart, what I feel like the energy is going to be met with is a warm no from you, like a warm no, like thank you, but no thank you, that kind of energy. So whoever, from your past who is trying to resurface, or even that will within, I can do this. Okay, let me see if I can get back into Scorpio's good graces. I feel like they're going to be met with a warm no. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're going to be met with a warm no. So, like I said, yeah. Somebody may have gotten you all entangled in some stuff, and they're still, like I said, getting you all wrangled into some stuff, and you desire peace. It looks like whether you're meeting somebody and they also desire peace in a love situation, and so you and whoever needs to leave just take this sword of truth out and start cutting some energies off from the past, or else it's not going to work, because you be bringing that to the dinner table. You have a new attitude. That's it. You have new emotions, and you're not trying to pour their toxic emotions into your clear water new attitude emotions, their way of thinking, their belief system, their such and such and such and such. So you have a whole new attitude. You're like, I'm not bringing that home with me. Bring that into a new relationship where I'm trying to get with I feel protected, I feel nurtured, I feel secure. I've already been through. Anyway, here we have, my future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. That's right. If you start envisioning it right now, hey, I see myself in a happy, healthy, harmonious family relationships. If you're single and you want to be in one. But if you're currently in a family situation, I'm not bringing that drama back into my household. Nope. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I want to hear the good stuff that's going on in my life. All of that right there, just toxic. So, yeah. All right. Let's close it out. Bliss, there it is. I liberate my highest self. My life is full of wonderful surprises. I am free to be me. I express my individuality. I am grateful for unique qualities. I see the beauty in the highs and lows of life. I am connected to all that is. I am grateful for silver linings. That's it. Where's the let me see, I got a number. Hold on. So let's get a number and let's go ahead and close it out, Scorpios. Yeah. Source is giving everybody, we're already in the second month. We're moving towards, before you know it, February will be over. This is still the year of wealth. But I've been trying to tell everybody, and I did a 6-month prediction video for every zodiac sign. A large percentage of this year is going to be about purging. If you're talking about I want to be more wealthy in terms of a loving relationship, in terms of your money looking great, and making more room for legacy and all of that, it's going to be some purging of some relationships with some people, and it's going to feel, and purging does not feel good. It literally can make you feel like you just want to just vomit. Because it can make you sick to your stomach, going through a metamorphosis. These are some of the people that you allowed to get close to your heart, near and dear to you. You may have dated them. You could have been married. You could have procreated in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Some of these energies, you're saying, I got to let this go because I need peace around me. You could have made a lot of money with them in the past. What you add to people's life, you don't take away from people's lives. This is zero. Whenever you add zero to any number, that number is expanded. It's increased. It is increased. I am limitless. You can decide how many zeros you're gonna add behind your money and your bank account. You can see how much you add to people's lives. So it's just saying it's time to close out some cycles. Airtight, close them out. Speaking of air, meaning no talking about it, no thinking about it, no following people, no such and such. I'm only focusing on what I want to add to my life. Here we have, there is no beginning and no end at all. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. Some people will have you all wrangled up in some stuff, and for them it's a game. But trust and believe it's all about money connected to it. And sources like they don't care about having healthy relationships with people, and they dumping all of that stuff into your universe, and you bringing that into new relationships, and people are like, nah, I'm good. I'm telling you, some people are like looking at you like, I'm good. They still tied to mess. No, as much as I like Scorpio, that's what some people could be saying. As much as I like Scorpio, I got 2 cups right here, one for me and one for Scorpio. I'm not trying to, whatever Scorpio got in their cup, I hope they flushed it out, they cleaned it out. This is fresh water that they bring it, and I'm drinking from their cup, they drinking from mine. But if they bring in some other stuff, I'm good. That's what I have for you, Scorpios. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.